All right, everybody. Welcome to the stream. Hold on one second. I'm gonna put this up here first so I can show you guys this. Um, all right. Turn that down. Yeah. All right. So yes, I am live. I'm still sick, so if I sound a little, rough, that's why. I'm still a little sick. My transformation is bad. No, it's cool. It's cool. I don't mean to time them out. That's not me timing them out. It's my Streamlabs bot that's timing people out. If you put more than like a paragraph, then yeah, don't do that because it's gonna time you out. It's not my fault. I like I said, I have the robot thing just in case if anybody says anything crazy or some bull crap or something like that. Like I know he's not saying anything crazy, and I apologize for that, but that's the reason why. But yeah, like I said, I'm still a little sick. I'm still a little stuffy. So if I sound a little bad, then that's probably why. Or not probably, that is why. But I'm able to go live because yesterday I could not do anything at all. Today I feel a lot more better, so which is good news. But enough of the sick stuff. Let's talk about this tornado watch. So there's already been a tornado or two of them, or maybe even three on the ground that happened not too long ago. And I want to get into this like right away and talk about the tornado watch. But this is on X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it. This is from the National Weather Service in Binghamton. So the tornado watch includes basically almost the entire, not even the entire, yeah, basically the entire northern portions of New York, central, western, and getting a little bit into the southern part of New York. The only thing that doesn't include is this southern portion of New York and New York City itself and Long Island. That's the only areas that's not included in the tornado watch right now. You also have Vermont that's in a tornado watch. The majority of the states under a tornado watch right now. Same thing with Pennsylvania. The majority of Pennsylvania is under a tornado watch. And they're probably going to issue another not tornado watch, a severe watch or severe thunderstorm watch, I think, for this area down here in Maryland and southern Pennsylvania, in those areas, because there's going to be a big time line of severe thunderstorms that's going to pop up. Yeah, like I said, I'm going to have to, my throat still hurts, so, it's going to start, I'm going to start, like, coughing and stuff. I'll turn off the microphone when I do, but like I said, I'm still sick, so if I cough, apologies for that. But in the tornado watch, this includes a few tornadoes likely. Now, yesterday I wasn't live, but there was an insane tornado that touched down somewhere in, I think, was it somewhere in Indiana, southern Indiana. I actually watched that live on somebody's other feed. It looked pretty wild, honestly. Yesterday it looked pretty wild. I would have been live yesterday if I wasn't sick, but hey, it's fine. I'm live today. There's other people out there, so everything should be okay. But the hail threat is isolated hail up to half an inch size possible. The hail threat is not really the main threat today. It's mainly the tornado threat that's in this tornado watch. That's why there's a tornado watch. Cause I'll show you guys the Storm Prediction Center in just a moment. But yeah, like I said, if you're in the yellow, you're under the tornado watch. Basically is what I'm trying to say. Also with the damaging winds as well, 70-mile-per-hour winds or maybe even greater. Basically 9 million people are in the tornado watch right now. Basically 3,000 schools and 200 hospitals are in the tornado watch. I'm rounding it up. I know it says 192 and 2,835, but I'm rounding it up basically. So that is that is the watch area. There's a lot of people in this tornado watch, and this needs to be watched very carefully. Let's go to the Storm Prediction Center for today. They actually just issued the severe thunderstorm watch. This is actually really close to me as well. There's a brand new severe thunderstorm watch. You can see the boundary of these storms too, where they're going to form. Right here, this it's a high risk for severe winds, a low risk for tornadoes, and a very low risk for EF2 plus tornadoes. So that's, I mean, That's at least the good news for this watch. But I mean, it's not really good news. It's still a risk for tornadoes in general. So definitely gotta watch that very carefully. But yeah, there's a high risk of severe winds. So definitely watch out if you're in a severe thunderstorm watch. This includes basically almost the entire state of Maryland, except for the Delmarva area and the western portions near the Appalachian Mountains. That is not under the severe thunderstorm watch. Same thing with Virginia. It includes the entire northern portion of Virginia and central portions under the severe thunderstorm watch currently right now. Those are the counties that's in the watch. I'm not going to get too detailed into the counties. And like I said, we already showed you the tornado watch right here. There's a high chance for tornadoes today. And there's a low chance of EF2 plus tornadoes today. In this tornado watch is what it's saying. So definitely keep that in mind. This is why we went live today, because of this tornado risk. It's relatively elevated today. So that needs to be watched very carefully. And this is the SPC outlook. You have an enhanced risk up here in New York, in upstate New York, and a pretty decently sized slight risk from Vermont and New Hampshire all the way down to the northern portions of Virginia. That's under the slight risk for severe weather. Same thing with the marginal risk. This covers all the way up from Maine all the way down to North Carolina. You also have a slight risk over here in Iowa and northern Missouri. But I don't think that's going to be anything significant. Yeah, there's no tornado risk. There's a damaging wind and hail risk, a significant hail risk actually. But other than that, I don't think anything significant is going to happen over there. What we're focused on today is the 10% area right here. And yeah, that's the tornado risk right there that we need to watch out for. Basically 2 million people in the tornado risk right here. So that needs to be watched very carefully. We're going to go to the radar because, wow, yeah, there's multiple tornado warnings right now that have been issued. Wow, we are up to 5 warnings, I think. No, 6 warnings. There's 6 tornado warnings now. So yeah, we're going to get right into this because that just came out of nowhere. This thing is back on the ground again. Oh, man, okay. Excuse me, sorry. So this thing is back on the ground again. This is the tornado warning that I've been watching for a while. You also have Storm Chaser Brandon Kopic, which is right here. He's right near where the hook signature is at. Like I said, this thing is back on the ground again. This thing has been dropping on the ground multiple times today. Jeez, yeah. So this is not peak either. It's only 1:46 p.m. Like, this is not even peak time for the tornadoes right now. But yeah, there's definitely a big time risk for tornadoes today. There might be an actual outbreak that's going to occur today, possibly. But I think we should start going over these warnings one by one. Let's start with the confirmed tornado warning, actually, because I think that's the most concerning one, of course. So let's look at velocities in this thing. And yeah, I mean, you can see right here, this is your velocity couplet right here. This is going to be heading towards, this is a town called Batavia. I think it's what it's called, Batavia, New York. There was a tornadic circulation heading your way, so take shelter immediately if you're in Batavia, New York. You can literally see the hook signature right here, and there's possibly even a debris signature as well right there with that circulation. We're actually going to go back and look at it on velocity because I'm almost certain that's definitely the tornado right there. Okay. Work with me here. Thank you. Yeah, that definitely was on the ground. If not, still is on the ground. Jeez, okay. Let's check the correlation coefficient real quick. See if there's any debris. I don't really see a... I mean, there might have been, or I think there has been a debris signature. I just can't really see it too well on the correlation coefficient right now. It's not well defined. But this is possibly where your tornado is at, or likely where the tornado is at right here. And, yeah, this thing is heading right for, was this Batavia? Or Batavia? Batavia? I think it's what it's called, Batavia. Batavia, New York, sorry. I said Batavia, it's Batavia. It's a pretty populated area as well, so definitely take shelter in that storm. Let's go to this storm over here. This is also in New York as well, I'm pretty sure, right? Yes, this is in New York as well. You have a rotating supercell thunderstorm that's getting itself into shape. As you can see, that's the hook signature right there. This is going to go right over Dansville, and then soon it's going to be crossing over and going towards Springwater in upstate New York. Like I said, you have a tornado warning for that. Radar indicated tornado warning, so it's not on the ground. Here's your rotation right here. It's right near Dansville. It's south and west of Dansville, New York. Like I said, it's going to move right over Dansville, New York. Yeah, no CC drop or anything. But it's definitely going to move right over Dansville, New York. And into other areas as well. But yeah, big time tornado warning over here. That includes Richmond, South Bristol, Middlesex, Potter, and Candace in upstate New York. Let's go to the further southern one. This was in Pennsylvania not too long ago. Now it's up here in New York. You have a tornado warning that includes Independence, Wellsville, and Andover in not Pennsylvania, New York. You can see your tornadic rotation is right here. It actually moved. The radar updated actually, so now it's right there. And it's gonna be moving right towards Independence and West Union in New York. Like I said, this just crossed over from Pennsylvania all the way to New York now. So yeah, storms are firing up. There is a brand new tornado warning actually. This is for this storm over here. This includes Spartansburg, Spring Creek, Pittsfield, Garland, and Torpedo in Pennsylvania. So you guys are under a tornado warning right now. Seek shelter immediately if you're under these tornado warnings, by the way. You can't see much from this because I'm pretty far from the radar. Yeah, I can't see too much from this, unfortunately. But there's definitely a tornado warning, and you definitely need to seek proper precautions immediately if you're in a tornado warning in general. Radar indicated tornado, by the way, so it's not on the ground. It's not confirmed on the ground, but that can change at any moment, especially with today's environment. Today's environment is very rich in moisture and kinematics as well. And you have a tornado warning up here. This one's very concerning, actually. I don't like to look at this one. This is a classic supercell thunderstorm with a well-defined hook echo with this. And yeah, this thing could definitely put down a tornado at any moment. Jeez, yeah, this thing can get itself together pretty fast here. Not a good thing at all. This might be one of the bigger tornadoes if this thing does produce. This tornado warning includes New Haven, Mexico, Altamar, Richland, Orwell, Sandy Creek, and Boylston in New York. And this is crossing over from, this was over the, I think, is this Lake Erie right here? I'm not sure if this is Lake Erie or not. I don't think it is. It's one of the Great Lakes right here. And it just crossed over from one of the lakes, and now it's on land. And this thing looks concerning. Like I said, very concerning storm. Let me see the trajectory of this storm. Oh yeah, this thing formed a pretty well-defined hook right away. But as you can see, this is, like I said, tornado warning, clear inflow notch, and a clear RFD, or rare flank and downdraft with this storm. Right in the middle is your tornadic rotation over here. Yeah, I mean, this is a classic supercell. It's by itself in its own environment, own atmosphere. This thing has potential, big potential actually. Like I said, it's not on the ground as of right now, but that can definitely change in the future. So we're definitely going to watch this storm very carefully. Storms are firing up big time in New York right now. There's a lot of tornado warnings, and there's going to be a lot more today. Maybe even a couple of, tornadoes as well. Let's go all the way down to Pennsylvania, because these storms over here, I mean, look at the lightning intensity of this storm. This thing is increasing in lightning, so this storm is definitely intensifying rapidly. I'm going to read the chat in just a moment. I know you guys are saying stuff in the chat right now. But, I think y'all are saying something in the chat. I'm not sure. But yeah, we need to watch these storms very carefully all the way down into Pennsylvania and Maryland. Because, I mean, these have potential to produce tornadoes as well. And this is from the remnants of Hurricane Beryl, by the way. If you guys are wondering why this is happening. This is not its own system. This is literally Hurricane Beryl. Or literally what it was before. What Hurricane Beryl was. Or this is the remnants of him. And it's, yeah, it's been causing tornado outbreaks for the past 3 days now. So, this is day, like I said, this is day 3 of Beryl causing tornado outbreaks. I won't be surprised if this storm actually drops a tornado as well near Independence in New York, because the rotation's starting to tighten up there a little bit, actually. Like I said, I can't see much because it's pretty far from the radar, but that's a well-defined circulation right there. Um, this is still an observed. Ooh, sorry. This is still an observed tornado on the ground. I almost sneezed there. Jesus, sorry. But this is still an observed tornado near Batavia in New York. And like I said, I don't see any any evidence of a tornado on the ground. Maybe it was on the ground earlier. It looked like it was on the ground earlier, so maybe it was on the ground earlier, but it might have lifted for right now. Let's go back over here with this supercell. There's probably a huge mesocyclone right now with this storm. Very photogenic storm probably right here. Big time lowering and everything. Actually, let me see. Let me see if there's rotation up in the atmosphere, actually. Let's tilt this to... So there's definitely rotation in the atmosphere. Yeah. There's definitely a mesocyclone with this storm on the high levels of the atmosphere. Lower levels is it's definitely there too as well. Now that I'm checking. Yep. So there's definitely a big time lowering with this storm, and there's definitely a mesocyclone. This is definitely a rotating supercell right here, man. This needs to be watched very carefully. And yeah, I mean, there's a rotation right there. This thing can definitely drop a tornado at any moment, at any time. Oh, there's another tornado warning now. Where is my audio at? My audio is not going off.
Greetings from TornadoHQ.com.
There we go. Thank you. Needed to go off. It's a brand new tornado warning for this supercell right here. That's near Independence. This includes West Union, Greenwood, Cameron, I think that's how you say it. Woodhull, Troopsburg, and Jasper, and Rathbone in New York. You guys are under a tornado warning right now. Take shelter immediately. Yeah, there's so many storms ongoing right now. It's actually wild. Way more tornado warnings than I expected it to be right now. Like, this is pretty early. That's kind of concerning. They still have that confirmed tornado warning in Batavia in New York. I'm still not seeing any evidence of a tornado on the ground, but there's definitely something trying to happen here with this storm. I think the most concerning storm, in my opinion, right now is definitely this storm right here near Pulaski in New York. This thing is like rotating like a top right now. This thing is definitely trying to drop a tornado. And is in a more favorable environment as well. The closer you are to the center of low pressure, the more favorable the kinematics is. And this is definitely pretty close to the low pressure system, I think the low pressure is somewhere over here. It's like somewhere over here, or Hurricane Beryl, or the remnants of Beryl. Sorry, he's not a hurricane no more. The remnants of Beryl. He's somewhere over here, and the kinematics are like off the charts over here. Apparently, up here in upstate New York. So that's why I think there definitely is a big time threat for tornadoes today. So the closer you are to the low pressure, the more, the higher the chance you're going to have a rotating supercell thunderstorm over your head. It's basically what it is. That's what's happening with these storms right now. They're trying to get themselves together and mature. Yeah, I have some damage reports over here. This is from the tornado earlier. This was definitely a tornado earlier because I saw the video of it It was a pretty wild tornado south of Buffalo, New York. Yeah, these things are popping off right now. Yeah, you're starting to have the rotation pick up right here, and they're spraying water. That's the supercell right here. So this thing is definitely starting to intensify now. Today might be a little bit more widespread than yesterday. Yesterday it was like it was only an area in Indiana that was just having outbreaks of tornadoes. This actually might be way more widespread than what I thought it would be, honestly. I mean, you have storms firing up as far south as Maryland and Virginia. And it's gonna be a pretty potent line of storms. And there's already been a bunch of tornado warnings. Like this popped off pretty quickly. So this might be a little bit more widespread than yesterday, which is not good at all. It's not good at all. I'm no longer seeing a threat with this storm anymore. I think this storm completely just like dissipated. So I think I'm gonna move on to the more concerning storm up here, which is this one. Because this one definitely had a very concerning look, and it still kind of does. You still have that rotation right there in there, Pulaski, and New York, upstate New York.
There are 2 new warnings.
2 new warnings. It's probably severe thunderstorm warnings. Yeah. This storm's actually kind of trying to rotate as well, I think. There's a lot of lightning with this, too. Yeah, look at that. This thing is also trying to rotate. I won't be surprised if the rotation does intensify. It will be warranted a tornado warning. And this is up here near upstate New York, heading pretty close to Vermont, actually. Or it actually might cross into Vermont if it stays alive here. This is way up there in New York. So this storm is definitely trying to, do the tornado as well. So definitely got to watch this storm. No tornado possible tag on a severe thunderstorm warning, but that can definitely change. This storm is definitely trying to wrap itself together or get itself together. It's going to take some time, but it's definitely trying. Like I said, for those of you that are just joining in now, that are new right now, I am a little sick, so I might cough here and there. I'll mute my mic when I do that though, so I don't cough all in the microphone because I don't think anybody wants to hear that. So I will mute my microphone when I do cough and stuff. Like I said, I'm still a little sick from yesterday, but I'm able to stream, so that's a good thing. All right, You can't see much from the storm at all, honestly. It's a little bit of a radar hole. They should really put a radar somewhere like right here, maybe. Especially Pennsylvania, too. The only radar site or the main radar site in Pennsylvania is literally this one. There's only 2 radar sites. They should put another one like right up here near this tornado warning as well, like in this area, because you can't see nothing that happens in Lake Erie or Erie, Pennsylvania. Alright. Still got some rotation near Springwater in New York. And I mean, we could check back on the this storm right here. Yeah, I'm not seeing much with this at all. I mean, I don't. Yeah.
There is one new severe thunderstorm warning for New York.
I'm not seeing much at all with the storm anymore. This thing completely just died out, surprisingly. I thought this thing was going to last a while, the way it was looking. Rochester, New York is also under a severe thunderstorm warning, so stay indoors if you're on that warning.
There is one new special marine warning.
Rotation is definitely starting to trying to increase here. Still broad rotation though, but it's definitely trying to increase here. This is in a pretty rural area as well. There's not much in this area. It's actually a state park, I think, or yeah, wild preserve or something like that, I think. So it's a pretty rural area, so that's good that if this thing does produce a tornado, it wouldn't hit much. But that still needs to be watched. Also, we're gonna watch this supercell as well. Any of these storms that has a hook today are likely are going to try to produce a tornado. Is there a brand new tornado warning? Nope. I don't see one. These are just the current ones. But yeah, any storm today has the potential of producing a tornado, which is insane. Especially for the northeast region. Like I said, there's two areas I'm watching. This is Springwater area south of Richmond in New York. And then you have this one near Richland in New York that's also trying to rotate as well. The hook is not as organized anymore, and maybe it's because of this convection that's popping up right in front of it that's maybe disturbing the storm, which is good news. But like earlier, this looked like extremely concerning.
There is one new severe thunderstorm warning for New York.
I mean, if you looked at this from right here, that was like extremely concerning. You're like, wow, that's a classic supercell structure. Especially back here too. This thing was definitely trying it, and then just completely like trying to die out. I think it's because of the convection that's popping up in front of this. It's going into the inflow area. That's kind of disrupting it. So that's good news for that storm. That storm is not going to pose much of a tornado threat for much longer. Hopefully, for much longer. But we're still going to check these storms down here, though, near Springwater. This one still poses a big-time tornado threat, actually. Yeah, I mean, you still got the rotation right there. Let's go to this storm as well. We're going to watch this storm over here. This trimmed down the warning right here. So it doesn't include Dansville anymore. So you guys are safe to come out to your safe spot. If you're in like Dansville or West Sparta in New York. But if you're in Springwater, South Bristol, Naples, Candice, and Richmond in New York, definitely stay in your safe spot because the storm definitely has the potential of producing a tornado.
There is one new severe thunderstorm warning for New York. Attention! One of your tracked locations appears to be affected by these new warnings. New severe thunderstorm warning issued for New York. This warning is potentially affecting the following tracked locations. Location number 2, which is near the warned area. Here is the summary of this warning. At 2:06 p.m. EDT, a severe thunderstorm was located over Arkport, or near Hornell, moving northeast at 35 miles per hour. End of warning summary.
Sorry about that, guys. Had to mute myself for a second. Alright. Had to check this real quick. But we have a brand new tornado warning, by the way. This is for Sweden.
There is one new tornado warning for Pennsylvania.
There it is right there. But Brooklyn, Fox Hill, Locks Mills, Elmore, Harrison, Ulysses, or Ulysses? This is how you say it? And Harrison Valley. You guys are under a tornado warning. Seek shelter immediately. Take your proper precautions. I mean, yeah, that looks like a supercell to me. A lot of these storms can definitely go tornado warning over here. A lot of these storms can. And also, let's check back down here with these storms as well, because you can see the boundary starting to fire up. This is your boundary, pretty much. It's pushing through. And your line of storms are going to start to develop, actually, pretty soon. Actually, if you want to real quick, we currently have 7 tornado warnings right now, which is insane. I was going to show you guys the models, but I don't even know if I want to. I think I just want to focus on the tornado warnings that's happening right now. That's more important than the model runs right now. So let's focus on those first, actually. You have a little bit of a hook signature happening with this storm. So don't be surprised if that goes tornado warning as well. Actually, let me check that real quick. I mean, there's possibly a little bit of rotation right there. But rotation is definitely trying to pick up over here near South Bristol. North and west of Naples in New York. So definitely watch this storm very carefully. This is a storm we've been watching for a little while now too. It definitely has the potential of producing a tornado, so we definitely got to watch that very carefully. Let's go back over here with this storm. This storm still has an inflow notch, but it's definitely not well defined like it was before. It's definitely weakened up a little bit. With rotation, at least. I mean, there's still rotation, yeah, but it's nothing compared to what it was earlier. That is not CC, by the way. It's not a debris signature. That's just looks like clear air. Yeah, I think that's clear air right there. So it's a little bit of a disturbance. This storm definitely could go tornado warning just like. Probably in the next 5 minutes if this thing starts to increase in rotation. Because, I mean, look at this. This thing has been rotating for a good while now. That's clear rotation right there. Clear as day. It's definitely broad rotation, but it's clear rotation that you can see. So, don't be surprised if they issue a tornado warning for this part of New York for this storm in this rotation. Because it's definitely rotating. There's a lot of damage reports from this tornado. This thing must have did a lot of damage. Roof damage to a house. Roof blown off a house. Wow. Yeah, this thing definitely did some big time damage. You can see the track of it too. This is the track of the supercell right here. Oops, let me do that. Hold on. Let me try that. That is the track of the supercell. It went from basically Erie, Pennsylvania, all the way up like that. That thing literally tracked over. I think that was a pretty long track tornado at that. Maybe it was multiple, maybe it was one. I'm not sure. But as you can see, this is the path of the supercell, and it did pretty significant damage, it looks like, in that region of New York, in western New York, south of Buffalo. So, it definitely was a confirmed tornado for sure. Especially on radar. Definitely, it was a debris ball at one point. Still got a little bit of rotation right here, south and west of Harrison. Still gotta watch that. And yeah, here we go. These storms are starting to fire up a lot more down here in Pennsylvania. They're firing up pretty fast actually. Because if we go back 30 frames, I mean, they were not this intense. And yeah, I mean, look at that. They're popping up like crazy now. So these storms are definitely going crazy right now. We just had a lot of tornado warnings expire actually just now. Is that a new warning? I think this is a new warning. It is.
There are 3 new warnings affecting New York and Pennsylvania. Attention! One of your track locations appears to be affected by these new warnings. New tornado warning issued for New York. This warning is potentially affecting the following track locations. Location number 2, which is near the warned area. Here is the summary of this warning. At 2:14 p.m. EDT, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located over Haskinville, or near Hornell, moving northeast at 30 miles per hour. End of warning summary.
So this signature is starting to pick back up again, by the way. This actually might try to recycle and maybe actually produce a tornado this time. They're probably going to extend this warning, actually. And they extended this severe thunderstorm warning. This rotation is starting to pick up as well over there. They canceled, or not canceled, they let this tornado warning over here expire, surprisingly. I mean, it looks like it still has a little bit of rotation right there. This storm definitely has rotation, so I see why they issued this tornado warning. And this tornado warning includes Arkport, Fremont, what's this, Cohocton, I think is how you say it, in New York, Avakia or Avoca, Wheeler, Urbana, or Urbana, I think is how you say it, Urbana, in Italy, New York. You guys are under a tornado warning right now. Seek shelter immediately. Take proper precautions, and yeah, don't hide under underpasses, by the way, if you're on this road, because I know there's probably underpasses over here. Yeah, this looks like one right here. Don't ever hide under underpasses with the car. It's the most dangerous thing you could do. Check back on this storm right here. Yeah, this storm's starting to possibly try to rotate as well. There's so many storms that has the potential of rotating right now. It's actually kind of insane. This thing is trying very hard. I mean, you can literally see the inflow. This is the inflow right here going into the storm. Like, that's kind of crazy to see. Yeah, that's clear air. That's inflow going into the storm. This thing could really do it. It could really do it. If no storms interfere with this thing, it could definitely drop a tornado at any moment. Because, I Oh wow, there's just a huge tornado warning actually for this storm. This includes Kenaduagia? I don't even know how to say that. It's a pretty big town. Kena, Kena, Canandaigua or Dagua. Canandaigua. I think that's how you say it. I'm not sure. But that includes that town, which is a pretty populated town actually. It also includes Hopeswell, Farmington, Manchester, Shortsville, Clifton Springs, Phillips, and was it Genova or Genova? I think that's how you say it. And Gorham in New York. That's a huge tornado warning, and a lot of people are included in this warning. So definitely seek shelter now if you're in that tornado warning. Take these warnings seriously today. Heed the warnings, because this is probably the more higher risk of tornadoes you guys seen this year actually. They've issued multiple tornado warnings actually.
There are 2 new warnings affecting New York. Attention! One of your track locations appears to be affected by these new warnings. New tornado warning issued for New York. This warning is potentially affecting the following track locations. Location number 2, which is near the warned area. Here is the summary of this warning. At 2:17 p.m. EDT, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located near Honeoye, or 12 miles southwest of Canandaigua, moving northeast at 45 miles per hour. End of warning summary.
It's called Canandaigua. Okay, that's how you pronounce it. I was wondering how you pronounce that town's name. So if you live in Canandaigua in New York, you guys are under a tornado warning. It's a pretty populated area. Like I said, there's a lot of buildings in this. Let me zoom in actually. Oh wow, yeah, there's a lot of buildings in this. You guys under that tornado warning, there's a pretty well-defined supercell heading right up there actually. Pretty broad rotation right now, but it's still rotation, so it's definitely trying to produce a tornado. That definitely needs to be watched very carefully. Look into that rotation. There's storms firing up back there as well. Let's go back down to Pennsylvania, their state college. There's a lot of storms firing up right now. Look at that. Yeah, this thing's having a hard time trying to form this hook. There's a lot of convection right here that's it's trying to feed into the storm. It's not helping the storm at all. It's actually killing the storm. It's too much convection is what's happening. So that thing's having a hard time to try to do anything, which is good.
There are 2 new warnings affecting New York and Pennsylvania.
It's another tornado warning. Okay. There's so many tornado warnings. There's like a line of tornado warnings right now. Basically from Rochester, New York, all the way down to Pennsylvania, northern Pennsylvania. Yeah, there's a rotation right there. This new tornado warning includes Williamson, Marin, East Williamson, Walworth, and Ontario in New York. You guys are under a tornado warning. This is going to be going out into the one of the Great Lakes over here. Lake Ontario is what it's called. Sorry, this is going into Lake Ontario. So this storm won't be too much of a problem anymore once it goes over the lake. but still, it's still a problem right now because it's over land, and there's people included in this tornado warning. It's a pretty populated area as well. There's gonna be a lot of houses and stuff in this because this is basically the suburbs of Rochester in New York. Okay. I'm gonna keep looking at all these tornado warnings. Like I said, there's a lot of tornado warnings right now, so it's a little bit overwhelming. A little bit overwhelming. But I'm able to handle this. This rotation over here near Sugar Grove is definitely starting to increase a lot more. Yeah, this thing is definitely trying to produce a tornado. So this area definitely needs to be watched because it's going to move into a more favorable environment for tornadoes as well. So that's another thing that we got to watch very carefully. This storm is still rotating. It's actually rotating a lot, or not a lot more, but a little bit more better than Canandaigua, or not Canandaigua, than the it was before near Canandaigua. Wow. That actually might be interference. I'm not sure if that's the rotation or not. Hopefully that's not what it looks like. But that might be interference with the radar. Yeah, I think that's radar interference. It's not the rotation. Yeah, this storm's hook signature just died out completely. Not really. Wow, okay. That's pretty tight rotation. There's actually two areas of rotation I'm looking at. Oh, that's on the ground. That is definitely on the ground. We have a tornado on the ground in New York right now. Right here. This is your debris signature. It's a small tornado, but it's definitely on the ground. It did it. It finally did it. It's produced a tornado. This is your hook signature. You can see the velocity is right here. That's definitely a tornado north and west of Odo Mills.
There is one new tornado warning for New York.
There's another new tornado warning for New York. Wow. Just keeps on going. We're going to go back to that in just a second. We're going to see where this new tornado warning is at. And wow, Jamestown is under this tornado warning now. So another area again, and it's this storm right here. Yeah, this thing is rotating rapidly as well. This is near Sugar Grove. This includes Jamestown, Lakewood, Boosty, what's this? Canetone, Ellicott, Jerry, Ellington, and Conwango in New York. You guys are under a tornado warning. Seek shelter immediately. These storms are not a joke today. These are big-time supercell thunderstorms that are probably going to produce a tornado. We're going to go back up here to this storm because this thing is definitely dropping a tornado, like right now. Oh boy. Yeah, that's not good. This might be a big tornado that's about to form here near Odo Mills. It's a well-defined debris signature. Yep, it's got even bigger too. So we have a tornado on the ground currently right now. This is not a confirmed tornado warning yet, but they're going to upgrade this for sure. There actually might be two tornadoes on the ground. Because, yeah, look at that. There may be two tornadoes on the ground ongoing right now. Because you have two different debris signatures, actually. This was rotation right here, and this is the stronger rotation. So that might even be a satellite tornado that's actually forming right now. But this is the bigger tornado, the much bigger and more concerning tornado. But this thing is definitely on the ground right now. So if you're in Odo Mills, you should be seeking shelter right now. If you're in Hooker, Montoya, Michigan Mills, Page, and Wetmore, you guys need to seek shelter right now because there is a tornado on the ground doing damage right now. Same thing for Martinsburg. If you're in New York, you guys need to seek shelter. The supercell producing a tornado.
There is one new severe thunderstorm warning for New York. There is one new tornado warning for New York. Attention! One of your tracked locations appears to be affected by these new warnings. New tornado warning issued for New York. This warning is potentially affecting the following tracked locations. Location number 2, which is near the warned area. Here is the summary of this warning. At 2:27 p.m. EDT, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located over Vine Valley, or 9 miles south of Canandaigua, moving northeast at 30 miles per hour. End of warning summary.
Yeah, this thing's still on the ground, by the way. Still a tornado on the ground. Wow, we are up to 10 tornado warnings currently right now. So I might rename the stream a tornado outbreak, because this is literally what it is right now. It's literally a tornado outbreak happening in the Northeast, by the way, out of all places. But yeah, there's definitely a tornado on the ground with this storm right now. So like I said, if you guys are in upstate New York, near Odo Mills, you guys need to seek shelter now. If you know where Odo Mills is at, and that sounds pretty close to you in upstate New York, then yeah, seek shelter, because this thing is heading your way then. And you're more than likely in this tornado warning currently right now. Like I said, reflectivity doesn't look as organized, but it's definitely organized in velocity right here on the velocity scans. And it looks like the velocity is weakening a little bit, but that doesn't mean that it's not on the ground. This thing could definitely still be on the ground doing some big time damage. And like I said, it's a clear debris signature right there. I'm surprised they didn't confirm this tornado warning yet. But this is definitely on the ground right now as we speak. North and east of Odo Mills. Hopefully this thing lifts. I think it might lift, hopefully. I said it before, this storm looked concerning, and it definitely did do what I thought it was going to do, produce a tornado. So, that just shows right there. You give it some time and it's definitely going to do it. That's a really small tornado warning box right there. Wow. There's a lot of areas rotating right now. This storm's rotating. That's tornado warning. This storm's rotating at Greenwood. That's also rotating. This storm near Cohocton is definitely rotating as well. Then you have the Canandaigua storm that's also rotating pretty rapidly too. And then you have another area of rotation actually that's going to get tornado warning more than likely in a moment. Yeah, it's definitely about to get tornado warning in a moment. That's rotating now. And they have another storm there, Williamson, that's also rotating, but that's going to go off into the into Lake Ontario. So there's so many supercells right now that's rotating rapidly. And that needs to be watched very carefully. You also have the storms back here that's rotating as well. Like this storm right here that's moving from Pennsylvania into New York. That's rotating. It was rotating rapidly earlier, but I can't see too much now. It's getting closer to the radar, so we'll have a better view of this storm in a moment. You also have storms firing up, and this just got severe thunderstorm warning because of how it looks. This thing looks like it's trying to produce a tornado as well. Has a well-defined hook signature right there, as you can see. This is also rotating as well. All these little supercell storms, these little cells that are popping up, they're going to start rotating. The closer you are to the jet stream, the more it's going to rotate. So these storms are rotating rapidly right now.
There is one new severe thunderstorm warning for Pennsylvania.
That's a sharp cutoff in that general thunderstorm risk. You see that? Not a straight line, but it's definitely a sharp cutoff. Wow. Yeah, there's a broken line of supercells just going nuts right now. Let's check back on this storm right here. This storm was producing the that tornado, and it still might be producing that tornado currently right now. It looks like it's no longer on the ground anymore, but the debris is definitely falling out. So hopefully it's not producing a tornado anymore. It's lifting actually, or if it's lifted in general. There's actually a camera right here in Ontario. You can see the storm is pretty far over there. Yeah, I won't be surprised if they issue a brand new tornado warning for this storm right here. This thing is starting to rotating a lot more. There's a well-defined hook too.
There are two new warnings affecting Iowa and Pennsylvania.
Iowa. Storms are starting to fire up in Iowa now. Yep, they are. There we go. Now it's an observed tornado warning now. Yeah, it's the debris signature right there. Now it's observed now. Yeah, so it looks like there would be something right here. Like I said, this thing is from what it looks like in a velocity, still tight rotation, but not as tight as what it looked like before. Also, this is rain rats, by the way, so you won't be able to see this tornado at all if you're up here in this tornado warning south of the radar site near Martinsburg, Turin, and Lyons Falls. Sorry about that. And there we go. There's the brand new tornado warning for this storm that I was expecting, honestly. Yeah, look at that. That thing is definitely has a pretty decent hook with it.
There is one new tornado warning for New York. Attention! One of your tracked locations appears to be affected by these new warnings. New tornado warning issued for New York. This warning is potentially affecting the following tracked locations. Location number 2, which is near the warned area. Here is the summary of this warning. At 2:35 p.m. EDT, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located over Victor, or near Fairport, moving northeast at 35 miles per hour. End of warning summary. There is one new special marine warning.
It's no longer on the ground anymore. That's debris fallout right there. So that's whatever the tornado picked up. It's falling out of the sky now. I didn't even myself there. I was eating something. Sorry. There's been a report now in Canandaigua about trees down and power lines down. That's from law enforcement, by the way, too. There's a lot of warnings right now. There's especially tornado warnings. There's 10 tornado warnings currently right now. A lot more active than what I thought it was going to be. So far, it's been one or maybe a couple of tornadoes from the same supercell that spawned up over here, and then this supercell right here produced a tornado. So far, two supercells today produced two tornadoes, or maybe more than two. With this one down here, I think this one dropped like three tornadoes actually. So might have been more than one tornado today, but from reference from looking at the from radar and the same supercell, if we're seeing the same supercell in general, then yeah, two different storms, supercell thunderstorms, produced tornadoes today. So far two.
There is one new severe thunderstorm warning for New York. Attention! One of your tracked locations appears to be affected by these new warnings. New severe thunderstorm warning issued for New York. This warning is potentially affecting the following tracked locations. Location number 2, which is near the warned area. Here is the summary of this warning. At 2:42 p.m. EDT, a severe thunderstorm was located near Naples, or 16 miles east of Dansville, moving northeast at 30 miles per hour. End of warning summary.
Man, we're up to 12 tornado warnings now. 12 tornado warnings in the Northeast, in New York. Haven't seen anything like that before, honestly.
There are 3 new warnings affecting New York and Pennsylvania. Attention! One of your tracked locations appears to be affected by these new warnings. New tornado warning issued for New York. This warning is potentially affecting the following tracked locations. Location number 2, which is near the warned area. Here is the summary of this warning. At 2:43 p.m. EDT, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located near Jasper, or 13 miles southeast of Hornell, moving northeast at 30 miles per hour. End of warning summary. New tornado warning issued for New York. This warning is potentially affecting the following tracked locations. Location number 2, which is near the warned area. Here is the summary of this warning. At 2:42 p.m. EDT, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located near Rushville, or 7 miles southeast of Canandaigua, moving northeast at 35 miles per hour. End of warning summary.
Yeah, it's getting real active out there, chat.
There is one new severe thunderstorm warning for New York. There is one new special marine warning.
Look at the storm and the northern portions of these tornado warnings are at. It's actually going off the coast now, so that's good news. They did issue a special marine warning for that. But the good news is it's going off the coast now, so it shouldn't bother anybody else. Hopefully, unless you're on a boat or something, which I wouldn't be in a boat during this type of weather anyway. Storm is definitely starting to rotate a lot more near Gorham in New York, the south and east of Canandaigua. Yeah, a lot of these storms. I think it's a new tornado warning too. Yep, new tornado warning for Pennsylvania. It's in a pretty bad radar hole, by the way. The only radars that's close is this one.
There is one new tornado warning for
and
Pennsylvania.
And this one right here. There's no radars in this area, which kind of sucks. Like, this is a pretty bad radar hole right here. This storm's starting to rotate a lot more too in Pennsylvania. So that needs to be watched carefully. We're gonna stay on one storm in a moment here. I just want to check this one more time. Yeah, I think that one is completely done producing tornadoes for the rest of the day. Because I don't, yeah, this is definitely outflow dominant now. These storms right here, they've been trying, but they haven't been succeeding in producing tornadoes. It's going into a more unfavorable environment right now. So I can see why. This storm right here also isn't doing too well either, so I think this storm might not be as much of a threat anymore for tornadoes. So that's good news for that storm. I think the main threat is right here in this area where you see this corridor of tornado warnings is currently happening right now. So we're going to lock into this storm right here. I think this might be the most concerning storm out of all these storms in this tornado warning corridor. It's absolutely wild that I'm saying that. But it's true though. There's one, two, three, 4, 5, 6 tornado warnings right here. Moving east from western New York to central New York. Multiple tornado warnings happening right now. So I would just start preparing now if you're in like Syracuse in New York. Just start preparing now because these storms are heading your way. And I don't see them dying anytime soon, honestly. So I'm going to just log into this storm real quick. Oh, my microphone almost just fell. Oops, sorry about that. Sorry about that. I had to blow my nose real quick. Like I said, Chad, for those of you that are joining in now, I'm still a little sick from like I said, I told you yesterday, I'm sick. I'm still a little sick right now. So like when I go on mute and I blow my nose and stuff, apologies for that. Sorry about that. This storm is hooking a lot more now. So if you're in Geneva, in New York, you guys, hopefully you guys been in your safe spot. Because this thing is definitely, it's definitely rapidly rotating now. A lot more. It's probably a pretty big mesocyclone with this right now. Let me get closer here real quick. Yeah, this thing is definitely rotating. If you're in Geneva right now, you probably see this thing, the wall cloud coming towards you guys. Probably looks real ominous. Let's real quick. Let's look at the model runs now that there isn't tornadoes on the ground. I want to just look at them real quick before things start to get real hectic again. I mean, stuff is hectic right now. There's 9 tornado warnings currently right now. I'm pretty sure. I just want to look at them real quick and see like what it looks like in the future for these storms. So, yeah, these storms are going to keep firing up. This is around now, and I mean, yeah, look at that. Even more storms fire up behind it, I think, from the looks of it. And then you can see this line is starting to form down here from the boundary of these storms or the cold front. And you can see there's a big time line of severe thunderstorms, maybe even tornadic storms as well. Moving towards, Syracuse, Utica, and places east of that. It's a pretty potent line of storms. This will be going all night tonight too. Not all night, but maybe all the way until like 1 a.m. maybe. These storms are gonna start dying. Everything should be cool after that. Other than that, I mean, I will say from peak time would be like right now, all the way to maybe around 9 p.m. That should be your peak tornado time frame right there. So definitely watch out for that.
There is one new severe thunderstorm warning for New Mexico.
Sorry for the sniffling, by the way. Like I said, I'll stay live here, for me at least, for like the next hour or two for you guys. Because like I said, I'm still sick. I still need to get some rest and stuff so I can be, well energized and, much better too. Because like I said, I do want to stream on the other channel as well. And I still got videos I got to make too and all that. So like I said, definitely, I'm not going to be streaming all the way until 9 p.m. I would if I could, but I can't. Because I literally need to rest. So I don't, keep on coughing on stream and stuff. Also, make sure you guys like and subscribe too, by the way, if you like to see weather content on this channel. Cause I post mainly weather content now. And I have another YouTube channel called Doomsome as well. You can go subscribe to that channel as well if you like games and stuff. But this channel is mainly about weather. So yeah, make sure you guys like and subscribe. And turn on those notices too, just in case if I go live in the areas under risk for severe weather. Because that's what I do. I go live for areas that are at risk for severe weather. And I cover those areas. So his rotation trying to form here near Potter. Yeah, it's from this storm right here. There's so many storms that is potential right now. So many storms. This storm is starting to pick up in steam big time near Harran in New York. That's a pretty well-defined rotation couplet right there with this storm. That needs to be watched very carefully.
There is one new severe thunderstorm warning for New York.
Definitely gonna watch that storm.
There is one new tornado warning for New York. Attention! One of your tracked locations appears to be affected by these new warnings. New tornado warning issued for New York. This warning is potentially affecting the following tracked locations. Location number 2, which is near the warned area. Here is the summary of this warning. At 2:56 p.m. EDT, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located over Geneva, moving northeast at 35 miles per hour. End of warning summary.
I'm gonna keep my eye on this storm near Huron, honestly. This thing looks very concerning right now. Same thing with the Geneva storm. This thing's also very concerning. Looks pretty healthy. And it's not like dying out. So we gotta watch a lot of these storms. This storm is doing some interesting things. It's like 2 hook signatures with these. But like I don't think they're gonna be able to do anything. So
There are 2 new warnings affecting Iowa and New York.
how many tornado warnings is there now? We have 5 tornado warnings now. So it's definitely been taken down a notch, which is good news. Yeah, this thing also still has some pretty tight rotation as well. I think I'm gonna start using this radar now. This radar is better. Yeah, it's a much better radar site. Because it got pretty far away from that radar site. We're gonna use this one now. Until these storms get up like close to here, to this radar site. Sorry, chat.
There is one new special marine warning.
There's a lot of special marine warnings too. Also, take note of the special marine warnings too, because these storms off the coast in Lake Ontario could definitely move on the land and start trying to produce tornadoes. So definitely watch out for those storms as well. Also, lightning is starting to increase a lot more near Geneva. You know, when the lightning starts to increase a lot more, that means the storm is possibly even strengthening. So we gotta watch that very closely, because yeah, there's a lot more lightning strikes than what it was before. So the storm in Geneva definitely has a pretty big potential of producing a tornado right now. Same thing with this storm up here, south and east of Sodas Point. This thing, or northeast.
There is one new severe thunderstorm warning for Minnesota.
This thing has some pretty tight rotation with it. As you can see right here, it looks pretty tight, but it might be broad rotation as well. If you look up a little bit higher in the atmosphere, maybe you might see. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely rotation with this thing, especially in the upper levels of the atmosphere. Yep. It's definitely a rotating supercell thunderstorm. Definitely has potential of producing a tornado currently right now. So definitely needs to be watched carefully. We're down to still 5 tornado warnings right now currently. They let this tornado warning up here in the northern portions of New York expire, which I was expecting, honestly. But you still got the tornado warnings and out. Severe thunderstorm warnings are starting to pop up down here. So like I said, this big time line of storms is starting to trying to form now. It's a huge general thunderstorm risk. Wow. Stretches from Maine all the way down to southern Texas. Starting to get their storms to fire up over here now. This severe thunderstorm watch goes for another 7 hours. And like I said, we already read this watch. We already read this watch in the beginning of the stream, but it's basically a big time damaging wind risk. Nothing too too crazy. Still a tornado risk with this though, so definitely gotta watch that. But up here is the more elevated tornado risk. As you can see, the 70% chance an overall tornado threat. So this is more of a bigger tornado threat than down south. So that's something to keep in mind of. Yeah, the lightning intensity is definitely increasing big time in Geneva right now, near Waterloo, in New York. So if you're anywhere near Geneva, Waterloo, or what's the Seneca Falls or Seneca Falls, I think is how you say it. Definitely be in shelter right now, because this thing is definitely picking up in intensity. Yeah, this circulation right here is becoming more broad now.
There is one new severe thunderstorm warning for New Mexico.
So it's not as much of a... It's still a tornado threat, but nothing insanely concerning. This storm near Knoxville, Pennsylvania is definitely a little concerning. Because I think unless I had some tight rotation trying to form right here. Yeah, it's getting even tighter actually right here. So this could also try to produce a tornado as well. This is going to move into New York in a moment, by the way, too. Let me see. Yeah, this thing is trying. It's trying down here in northern Pennsylvania, near Osceola, Elkland, and Nelson. I think is how you say it. It's a pretty concerning look to it. Some pretty tight rotation right here. You still got a little bit of a hook right here near Geneva. Still trying to develop right now. I think once it gets a little bit further out to the north and east, it should definitely become a lot more organized, possibly, and possibly try to drop a tornado. Because, like I said, it's definitely intensifying. Like the lightning has increased a lot more. I mean, it's definitely trying to get that shape, or already has that shape, but it's definitely trying to get that shape a lot more, and try to produce a tornado at any moment. Because I mean, there's nothing really stopping this storm in its path. There's no convection popping up in front of it. Like what happened with this storm. This storm up here, it was very concerning. It had a literal, classic supercell hook shape, and the convection in front of it like completely destroyed it. Completely just wiped it out. Now it's just a line of thunderstorms. So that just shows to tell that any convection that pops up in front of these storms is basically going to get wiped out. So and this storm definitely doesn't have any convection in front of it, so it has pretty big potential of being a big time supercell and producing a tornado as well. I won't be surprised if they issue another tornado warning for this storm, something like this, maybe. Because there's still rotation here. There's also rotation with this storm as well. I didn't forget about this storm there, Cameron. Still rotation in that storm. Just not as intense as the one down to the further south of it. Yeah, this storm is definitely. It's also rotating pretty well as well, but I think it's gonna go off the coast here relatively soon. Never mind, they just issued a tornado warning for that. I was expecting it, honestly. I thought it was gonna go off the coast, but I guess not. So yeah, there you go. Brand new tornado warning for that storm. They're Fairhaven, Sterling, Oswego, Minento, Scriba, and New Haven. You guys are under a tornado warning right now. Seek shelter immediately. This is, like I said, it's a pretty tight rotation, tight couplet right there. So definitely be weather aware of that and seek shelter. Yeah, these storms back here completely died out. They were rotating before, but they completely died out now. There's nothing much to them anymore.
There is one new tornado warning for New York.
Still watching this storm near Waterloo.
There is one new severe thunderstorm warning for Iowa.
Yep, more storms are starting to fire up down here. It's starting to get larger. So, definitely gotta watch that. Let's go over here to Iowa real quick, see what's going on with these storms. Yeah, it looks like some big hailstorms with these. Not really a tornado threat with these, so we don't have to worry too much about these. There's still severe thunderstorm warning, so still take your proper precautions with those. It's a big storm in Redwood Falls in Minnesota. Had some big time hail with that storm. Let's go back over here with the more organized storms though. Ooh, that's not a good sign. That's a donut hole right there. Y'all see that? It's a donut hole. So this storm definitely is it's rapidly intensifying, I think, too. It's not a good sign at all. Yeah, we definitely gotta watch this very carefully. Cause last scan was showing a donut hole. Yeah, something you don't want to see at all. That means a strengthening rotation, possibly. Yeah, there's a rotation right there. Like I said, this is going to be heading towards Fairhaven, Sterling, and Oswego.
There is one new severe thunderstorm warning for New York. Attention! One of your track locations appears to be affected by these new warnings. New severe thunderstorm warning issued for New York. This warning is potentially affecting the following track locations: Location number 2, which is near the warned area. Here is the summary of this warning. At 3:12 p.m. EDT, a severe thunderstorm was located over Elkland, or 17 miles north of Wellsboro, moving northeast at 35 miles per hour. End of warning summary.
Let me try something real quick. Let's look on Twitter real quick and see if there's any pictures or footage of the tornadoes from earlier. I don't want to view anybody saying, "Ooh, this southwest of Buffalo, New York." Wow, that was one of the tornadoes from earlier. South of Buffalo, New York. Assuming this is New York as well. Yep, this is New York. Tornado on the ground with that. Another video from New York, I'm pretty sure. Yep. So there definitely was a tornado in New York. This is yesterday in Indiana. Wow. Yeah, those tornadoes were really big yesterday. This is New York once again. That must have been a pretty big time tornado. Wow, look at that. That's the system right there. Wow. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Just looking at all the tornado pictures. Let's look up let's see if there's any live cameras in in New York. Let's see.
There is one new severe thunderstorm warning for New York.
I don't see any cameras that I want. That looks good. I just wanted to see real quick, chat. Apologies for that. These are live cameras right now. There's actually no power in some places, it looks like. Yeah, I don't see... let's see something real quick. Show New York City. I don't want New York City. Yeah, I don't think we can find a live camera. What about Oswego? Let's look up Oswego. Is that how you... I don't think that's how you spell it. Oswego. That's how you say it. Because Oswego is the one that's under a tornado warning right now. Oh, I think there's live cameras there. This is live? It says live. This is in Oswego, New York. Yeah. We have 2 live cameras in Oswego. That's good to know. Real quick though. Yeah, there's... Okay. It's taking too long. Yeah, no. We're gonna stick with these cameras. These are 2 good cameras we got right now. This is in Oswego. So we have a pretty good view of this storm. Should move over Oswego actually. Ooh, brand new tornado warning. This is for this storm right here. Yeah, it's definitely storms are definitely increasing, man. We'll be surprised to issue a new tornado warning with this storm. This thing is rotating fast too. That might just be a CC drop. I'm not sure. There's something going on there, and it's pretty tight rotation right here too. But we have a brand new tornado warning up here, so let's go to this one first. Now this storm right here is still, you know, big time broad rotation, but it's still rotation, so we definitely gotta watch that very carefully. But this new tornado warning includes Savannah, Weedspurt, Port Bryan, Conquest, Victory, what's this? Meridian, Bethel, and Fulton. You guys are under a tornado warning right now, so you shut them immediately. You have a tornadic supercell heading your way.
There are 2 new warnings affecting Iowa and New York.
Geez, now they issued a new tornado warning with this storm, right? Oh no, they didn't. I thought they did for a second. I was about to say. Let's go back over here to these 2 storms. These are the most concerning storms right now, currently. Oh, what is that? This thing. Ooh, that's not good. Let me see. Is the rotation like? This thing might be forming a new hook echo, actually. This thing is definitely trying to form something. But if this is connecting, that's a well-defined supercell. I mean, look at that. This will be a well-defined supercell structure right here. With a very noticeable hook echo with this. Very noticeable. Not noticeable. Noticeable. That's a concerning look to it. If that is connected. Either that's convection or this is connected. We're going to stay with this storm till the next radar scan, because that looked really concerning, actually.
There are 2 new warnings affecting Iowa and New York. Attention! One of your track locations appears to be affected by these new warnings. New tornado warning issued for New York. This warning is potentially affecting the following track locations. Location number 2, which is near the warned area. Here is the summary of this warning. At 3:23 p.m. EDT, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located over Lehigh Valley Junction, or near Seneca Falls, moving east at 30 miles per hour. End of warning summary.
Just tornado warning mess right now over here. Still no update on this storm yet. Still waiting on a radar scan. In the meantime, let's look down here. Let's look down here real quick. Still some rotation down here. And still some rotation right here as well, too. Still have a hook signature right there. Sorry about that, chat. Check down here with these storms. These storms down here are definitely firing up. Like I said, they're nowhere near as intense as up here, though. Which I'm hoping we can get a new scan. We did get a new scan. Okay.
There is one new severe thunderstorm warning for Iowa.
Things definitely trying to rotate rapidly, though. Has a clear inflow notch, and RFD is becoming more evident too. Only a matter of time, because there's nothing blocking this storm. Only convection is this over here, which really isn't going to bother this storm. The storm's going to keep on going to the north and east, and it's going to have the potential of producing a tornado throughout the entire, lifespan of it. Oh, we have another tornado warning up here, actually.
There is one new tornado warning for New York.
You can't see much because of the mountains. Oh, wow. Okay. This thing definitely has some tight rotation. Very tight rotation, actually. Okay, then. It doesn't look like anything because of the mountains here, but that's definitely some rotation. Let me check this camera actually. Wow, yeah, there is the there's definitely a supercell here. And I mean, yeah, that's well defined right there. Some pretty tight rotation. This is gonna be moving pretty close into Vermont here in a moment, actually. Yeah, this is we're using a Burlington radar, Burlington Vermont radar. This is like up there in New York, by the way. This brand new tornado warning. That's very concerning. We're gonna watch that too.
There is one new special marine warning.
Yeah, there's a lot of storms we're at to watch right now. Let's focus on this storm for a little bit. They looks mad concerning. All right, sorry about that. This storm right here. Actually, a damage report in Waterloo. Let me read that real quick. Ooh, trees down in Waterloo. One large tree fallen onto a home. Unknown injuries. That's not good at all. The rotation is starting to pick up here once again. This thing is just, it's trying its hardest. Hasn't produced a tornado yet, but it's trying its hardest. Syracuse, New York. I would definitely prepare now because this is the supercell that's probably going to impact you guys. Yeah, I mean, it's getting close to you guys, so you guys can probably see the lightning in the distance and stuff like that if you're in Syracuse, but yeah. Syracuse, New York, you guys better prepare now over there because if this storm does go into your area, more than likely we'll be under a tornado warning because this thing is not going to let up anytime soon from the looks of it. The storm is still rotating over here, but it's not as evident as it was before. Let's check back with this storm. The storm has some pretty tight rotation with it as well, but it's not as noticeable. I mean, I wouldn't say noticeable, but it's not as tight anymore. So that's good news about that one. You're probably seeing a crazy wall cloud down here. I'm so surprised this isn't tornado warned. Because, I mean, man, like, this thing is just showing off right now.
There is one new severe thunderstorm warning for Pennsylvania.
This storm right here is showing off big time right now. There's a new area of rotation forming right here. This one is inside of the core of the storm now. So I think it's recycling is what it's doing. Because that's the old area of rotation, is a brand new area of rotation right here. It's starting to form right now. So we'll keep an eye on that. See what happens with that storm. Sorry for being quiet for a moment. I was looking at something. Sorry about that, chat. Hello, Alyssum. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, sorry about the quietness for a second. I was looking at something. Still some rotation happening over here with this storm near or south of Lake Placid. Yeah, this storm, it still has rotation with it, but I don't know what's going on with this storm, honestly. It's definitely rotation in there, but it's not as strong as what it was before. It doesn't look like.
There is one new severe thunderstorm warning for Iowa.
Is it dangerous or it's okay? It's pretty dangerous right now. It's pretty dangerous. Like if you're talking about the storms today, they're pretty dangerous today. Like they all have potential of producing tornadoes right now. We have four ongoing tornado warnings right now. Like I said, sorry about that. I'm still a little sick, but yeah, these storms are pretty dangerous today. So far, there has been multiple confirmed tornadoes on the ground earlier. There's no tornadoes on the ground right now currently, which is the good news. But these storms have potential of, dropping one at any moment. So I'm gonna stay on here for, a little bit more. Because it's 3:41 right now. I might stay on here until like 4 because, like I said, I need to get some rest and stuff. I'm still sick. I'm still like out of it, so I won't be able to go for a complete full stream, unfortunately. But it's okay though. Hopefully I'm better
There
tomorrow.
is one new severe thunderstorm warning for Pennsylvania.
There's a ton of lightning with that storm, by the way. Jeez, let me see. Same thing with these storms as well. There's a ton of lightning with all these storms. But yeah, these storms are pretty dangerous. They're going to get a lot more dangerous, too, later. If you look at the future radar, actually, this is the most recent run, actually. This is the 18Z. Let's look at the 18Z run, and, I mean, yeah, it's showing these storms, get bigger and intensify more. It's also showing more storms forming back here. Yeah, like you can see there's supercells and stuff, possibly embedded supercells at that. That's a pretty intense storm right there. Wow.
There is one new tornado warning for New York. Attention! One of your track locations appears to be affected by these new warnings. New tornado warning issued for New York. This warning is potentially affecting the following track locations. Location number 2, which is near the warned area. Here is the summary of this warning. At 3:41 p.m. EDT, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located over Senate, or near Auburn, moving east at 35 miles per hour. End of warning summary.
And that's literally for Syracuse, New York, by the way. That loud and scary? Sorry about that. I know it's loud. I have to keep it loud, though, so I can get the alerts. Syracuse, New York, which is an extremely populated area, is under, or the western portions of it, is under a tornado warning right now. That's bad. Okay, 'cause that's a pretty big city, Syracuse. They're under a tornado warning right now, so we're gonna definitely cover that. And this is the most concerning storm in my opinion right now, because I mean it has all the stuff it has, or it has all the environmental needs it has. It's just not doing it right now. But that could definitely change. Like I said, Syracuse, I would say the entire Syracuse metro area needs to take shelter now. Just not even the western portions, the entire area. Or if you're anywhere near Syracuse, New York, just take shelter. As a matter of fact, let's look up a live camera in Syracuse, New York. This is over here. Let me see what it looks like. It's already raining. I don't think we need these anymore. Let's look up live cameras in Syracuse, New York. There we go. Syracuse, New York. I need live cameras there. No, I don't feel like that right now, actually. Let me just, I need, maybe they have a sky camera? This is live, it says, but, oh, wow. Wow, that is a, this is definitely showing the western portions of Syracuse. That's a clear image of, the wall cloud. Let me see if there's any more images of this, or, I don't know if I have permission to use this. I mean, this is Skynet 9. I think I'm allowed to use this. Hopefully I am. That is scary. That is the western portions of Syracuse, New York. That's the wall cloud. This is the wall cloud area right here. This is where your tornadic rotation would be at. Um I mean, yeah, that's well defined right there. Let's see if there's any other cameras as well. See if this one loads too. I just want to see some live cameras for Syracuse. We found a perfect one though. It's a pretty perfect camera right there. Let me weather cams. Wow, look at that. What is that? That's like a wall cloud right there. There's some cameras. I'm gonna keep checking. You want to get arrested by the FBI? Nah, I shouldn't. I shouldn't get in trouble for using a sky camera. I shouldn't, at least. Hopefully not. I don't think they're gonna get mad if I use their sky cam. I mean, here's a here's a camera right there. It's not live though, is it? No, that is live. Oh no, I don't want that. We're gonna go back to the other one. The other one was the best one I found, as it was a pretty well defined wall cloud right in front of me on that camera. So Syracuse. I want Western Syracuse though. Let's go back. Was it this one? I think it was this one. Yeah, I think it was this one right here. Cause yeah, Syracuse is under, or the western portions of Syracuse is under a tornado warning right now, and that's just, this is live, and this is from Skynet 9, by the way. So I don't, hopefully I don't get big time copyright strike or anything. Hopefully not, but I mean that's well defined right there. Look at that. That's where your tornado will be at right here. This is literally the definition of a wall cloud right here. Yeah, this is downtown Syracuse, by the way. This is facing westward into the tornado warned supercell. If you go back out into into this, you can see this is your supercell. Hold on, here's Syracuse right here. This is Syracuse, New York right here. This is your supercell. That's actually forming a donut hole, actually. And like I said, that's heading pretty much towards Syracuse, New York, which is a pretty populated area. Not pretty populated, very populated area, actually. It's like over, like, I think 15,000 people in the city. As a matter of fact, let me check real quick. Let's just say the storm's moving 35 miles per hour. There is, oh wow. That's a lot more than 15,000. There's over 500,000 people are in the path of this tornadic supercell. 500,000 people, man. That's pretty bad. Jeez. But yeah, this includes the western portions of Syracuse, New York, or New York. So that's pretty bad. It's not good. Like I said, we're gonna watch this storm. We can look at the trajectory of the storm. I think it might miss Syracuse completely, hopefully. I mean, it's expanding, so I'm not sure. If anything, the portions of Syracuse that should be very concerned is the northwestern portions of Syracuse, like this area. You guys should be concerned because this is where the hook signature is at, and your possible tornado will be over here somewhere, and that's moving to the north and east, like that. So the northwestern portions of Syracuse definitely needs to be weather aware big time because this thing is heading right your way right now. I can't see too much rotation, but there's definitely rotation with this storm. This storm has been causing tornado warnings all the way down here since I think, was it in Naples? It's been tracking this far north. Actually, storm chaser Brandon Kopic is on this storm. He's heading towards Syracuse, actually. So we're gonna continue to look at the live camera actually in Syracuse. Let's just see how it looks. Because on radar, it looks sloppy.
There is one new tornado warning for Pennsylvania.
It's a brand new tornado warning for Pennsylvania. Let's actually go look at that right now, actually. Where is that at? That's with this storm. Actually, which radar is closer? I think this one might be closer. It is closer. Yeah, well-defined hook echo with this storm. This one's definitely trying to produce a tornado as well in Pennsylvania. That is not a debris signature, I don't think. Not 100% that's a debris signature. It's probably not. It looks like it is, but it's not. This little thing right here. I don't think it's a debris signature. I mean, it does match up pretty well though. So I'm not sure. We'll see in a moment here if the National Weather Service confirms it or not. I don't think it's a tornado. Hopefully it's not. But it's definitely rotating now. That storm is rotating rapidly, so we definitely gotta watch that. Gotta go. See ya. See ya, Allison. Thanks for joining the stream. It's definitely still rotation right here, though. There's rotation right here, too, actually, near Mexico, New York. Yeah, it's from this storm right here. Oh, this is the Oswego storm. Let's check this storm up here, too. Check this one out. Yeah, it's not really rotation with this anymore. Just some big time damaging ones with that. Must be a new tornado warning. Sorry if that's loud. Let's check that real quick.
There is one new severe thunderstorm warning for New York. Attention! One of your tracked locations appears to be affected by these new warnings. New severe thunderstorm warning issued for New York. This warning is potentially affecting the following tracked locations. Location number 2, which is inside of the polygon for this warning. Here is the summary of this warning. At 3:52 p.m. EDT, a severe thunderstorm was located over Townsendville, or 10 miles east of Dundee, moving east at 35 miles per hour. End of warning summary.
Thing's starting to rotate as well right here. Yeah, that's some rotation with this storm right here. We're gonna stick around here for a little bit longer.
There are 2 new warnings affecting Iowa and Pennsylvania.
Let's check back with this real quick. Hopefully it loads. I think it might not load. I don't know. This is an Auburn in New York. Auburn, New York. I gotta be somewhere near Syracuse. I'm not sure where Auburn is at, but it's somewhere in this area because we had a pretty decent view of the wall cloud. It's not in downtown Syracuse, is it? I don't think it is. Yeah, it's somewhere over here in this area. I'm not too worried about it though. Yeah, the wall cloud moved by now, so you can't see too much from it. What about this one? It's in Baldwinsville. It's raining in Baldwinsville right now. Oh, that's Baldwinsville right there. Baldwinsville's right here. That's pretty close to Syracuse. Mooresville, Oswego. This is Syracuse itself. Yeah, that's Syracuse right there itself. So hopefully you might have a view of this thing, maybe. Hopefully. You got that rotation right there still.
There are 2 new warnings affecting New York. Attention! One of your track locations appears to be affected by these new warnings. New severe thunderstorm warning issued for New York. This warning is potentially affecting the following track locations. Location number 2, which is near the warned area. Here is the summary of this warning. At 3:59 p.m. EDT, a severe thunderstorm was located near Hornby, or 7 miles southwest of Montour Falls, moving northeast at 35 miles per hour. End of warning summary.
Well, I've been going for 2 hours and basically 30 minutes. Now, I am gonna end the stream soon. Like I said, I still need a rest because I'm still sick. I just wanted to go live for like at least half of the event that's happening. And I mean, I see things are possibly. Oh, they just changed up the enhanced risk actually. Oh wow, they extended the slight risk up much more farther south than what I thought. Jeez, okay. They just updated the Storm Prediction Center. Let's actually look at the risk factors of that real quick. Do we still have that? I think we have that 10%. Yeah, we do. We still have it. Still got that 10% tornado risk right here. So still pretty elevated risk over here. We still have that 10% risk. We still have this very large 5% risk area as well. And then a pretty big 2% risk as well. Not pretty big. It's a really big 2% risk actually. Honestly, the main threat in 2% region will probably be down here. That'll probably be the main threat region because there's actually going to be a big line of severe thunderstorms that's going to form right there. So definitely got to watch that. I mean, supercells are forming as far south as State College. With a pretty decent rotation too. So, there's something to keep in mind. But yeah, they just updated the SPC outlook, and that's what it looks like for right now, or right now, currently.
There is one new severe thunderstorm warning for Iowa.
A brand new tornado warning for Ledyard and Moravia. Moravia, I think is how you pronounce it. This is from this storm over here. South of Auburn. Oh, there's Auburn right there. Had a view of the tornadic rotation. This is north of Ithaca, New York, actually.
There is one new tornado warning for New York. Attention! One of your track locations appears to be affected by these new warnings. New tornado warning issued for New York. This warning is potentially affecting the following track locations. Location number 2, which is near the warned area. Here is the summary of this warning. At 4:03 p.m. EDT, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located over Kidders, or 16 miles northwest of Ithaca, moving northeast at 30 miles per hour. End of warning summary.
Okay, then. Did not see that coming. Wow. That's actually pretty insane. It was a video on Twitter I just saw of yesterday's tornadoes. They look absolutely wild. We have a brand new tornado warning for North Syracuse now. So North Syracuse, New York is under a tornado warning. Oh wow, we have another tornado warning actually up here now. Wow, the same areas again are under a tornado warning. Was it Pulaski, Richland, Orwell, Sandy Creek, and Boylston. You guys are under another tornado warning once again today. Yeah, I mean this looks.
There are 2 new warnings affecting New York.
This looks pretty scary actually. I'm not even gonna lie. This rotation, that could definitely increase. There's nothing to stop it either. Yeah, it has all the inflow wants to come into the storm. All the inflow.
There is 1 new severe thunderstorm warning for Missouri.
RFD can start kicking in soon. You will have yourself a tornado here relatively soon if this thing keeps itself together. But this is another tornado warning for the same areas once again. Yeah, I mean, you can see the inflow going into the storm right here. This is all inflow. It's going into the storm. There's a lot. There's 2 storms, 3 storms. 3 storms we're watching very closely right now for a possible tornado. Especially the one to the north of Syracuse. Syracuse storm is concerning, but the one to the north of it is very concerning. Because that thing has that thing's in a more favorable environment, and it's also in better shape than the Syracuse storm. From the looks of it, Syracuse storm is still concerning, of course. Like all these tornado warnings are concerning, but the one up to the north is a little bit more concerning. This storm right here to the south near Ledyard is broad rotation. It's not necessarily tight rotation, which is good news, but still stay in your safe spot if you're in Ledyard and Giona and Moravia. You guys stay sheltered in those areas. Same thing if you're in northern Syracuse. If you're in northern Syracuse, like Salina, literally says North Syracuse, and just the entire northern Syracuse
area. There are 2 new
area.
warnings affecting New Mexico.
If you're in the northern Syracuse area, just take shelter, honestly, at this point. Because, I mean, it's right there. And, yeah, you have your reds going away from the radar. Greens going towards. Get your counterclockwise rotation right here. Right in the middle right there. That's going to move into the north and east like that. To the same areas I got hit before. Yep, these are literally the same areas I got hit from the earlier tornado.
There is 1 new tornado warning for New York. Attention! One of your track locations appears to be affected by these new warnings. New tornado warning issued for New York. This warning is potentially affecting the following track locations. Location number 2, which is near the warned area. Here is the summary of this warning. At 4:08 p.m. EDT, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located over Millport, or near Montour Falls, moving east at 35 miles per hour. End of warning summary.
So we're picking back up the tornado warnings once again. I mean, yeah, a lot of these storms are definitely starting to rotate a lot more now. Yeah, you still got that rotation right there in northern Syracuse, New York. Got a well-defined hook echo with this storm in Syracuse, by the way.
There is one new severe thunderstorm warning for Missouri.
We have another storm that's trying to rotate over here now. Also, I was looking at this storm over here. This storm has a pretty large hail core. It's like a really big hail core, actually. So definitely be aware this is a pretty dangerous, severe thunderstorm. Yeah, Ithaca, New York is also in a tornado warning. I didn't even notice that. So if you're in Ithaca or near Ithaca, definitely take shelter now, because, bro, you have a supercell thunderstorm heading your way that has rotation with it that has the potential of dropping a tornado at any moment. Like I said, I am gonna have to leave you guys here in a moment. At the end of stream and stuff, because like I said, I gotta rest and stuff. I'm still a little sick. So for those of you that are, just joining in now or hearing, just a little sick. So this storm up to the north near Pulaski or Pulaski definitely broadened out a lot more with the rotation, and the hook echo is not as noticeable anymore either. I think it's including into itself, or occluding into itself. Sorry, I don't think it's much strong like that anymore. Definitely occluded for sure. The storm is still rotating rapidly though. Special weather statement with that storm.
There is one new severe thunderstorm warning for Iowa.
Did I mean to press that at all? Why did it come out like that? The freak. Looks like the storm near or north of Syracuse is becoming a little bit disorganized in rotation. Same thing with the storm to the north of it. It's becoming a lot more disorganized, actually. I mean, it's a little bit more organized than the one, but I mean, by the looks of it, it's not really rotating as much anymore. It's way more disorganized than what it was before. Thought it was gonna be roped up with that, but not really much anymore. I mean, there's still a little bit of rotation right here, but it's becoming a lot more disorganized. There's still a hook and stuff, but it seems like the supercell is just struggling right now. Maybe it's because of this convection behind it, I'm not sure. But it's definitely struggling. Very broad rotation with this storm. Yeah, it's like very broad, so I'm not too concerned about that one, but still take shelter if you're in that tornado warning. Because a tornado warning is a tornado warning. You never know what can happen. Because you can have like the worst velocity signatures you will see. Like it will look like there's gonna be no tornado at all. That's never gonna happen. And then you have a tornado on the ground doing damage. Things like that happen. It happened yesterday actually. It was velocity signatures that was just not it, and it still ended up producing a tornado even with the worst velocity signatures. So you can't always rely on velocity signatures, but you can always rely on ground confirmation. That's what happened yesterday. Like I said, I'm gonna end the stream here in a moment because, like I said, I definitely need a rest. My eyes are like in pain right now from looking so much, but
There is one new severe thunderstorm warning for Minnesota.
they've been here for a minute now, though. I might have a video up tonight, hopefully, on my gaming channel. So those of you that are new here, that want to know about my gaming channel, it's called Doomsum. You can go subscribe to that if you like games and stuff. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel as well if you like weather. I do a bunch of weather videos on this channel. Only tornado warnings we have right now are these ones right here. But a lot of them are just broad rotation right now, or has not too much rotation. I mean, this is a very broad rotation. It's not really rotating too well. Had to sneeze there. Sorry. Give me 1 second. Sorry about that. But yeah, definitely gotta end the stream. Like, probably around in like next 3 minutes, because I got a headache now from looking at the screen, and I do not want to have a much more worse headache. So, like I said, apologies for not streaming all the way until the event ends. I'm literally like still sick, and I'm getting a headache right now. So I won't be able to make it much longer with this, unfortunately. But I'll still be here though. I'll still be here on YouTube every now and then, posting updates. It's a brand new tornado warning with this storm now, south of Syracuse. It's a big time supercell now. Wow. Yeah, storms are starting to fire up down south too.
There is one new tornado warning for New York. Attention! One of your tracked locations appears to be affected by these new warnings. New tornado warning issued for New York. This warning is potentially affecting the following tracked locations. Location number 2, which is near the warned area. Here is the summary of this warning. At 4:22 p.m. EDT, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located over Moravia, or 15 miles south of Auburn, moving northeast at 30 miles per hour. End of warning summary.
We're gonna wait on this next velocity scan and see if anything increases. And if nothing really happens, then we'll end the stream here. Yeah, nothing much really happened with that. I mean, it's actually cutting itself off from the inflow, actually, as you can see. It's too thick. Pretty big supercell, though. It's probably an insane looking supercell from, was it Semperonis? I think that's how you pronounce it. Or Scott. You probably see from, either Scott or Sopranos, Sopranos, I think that's how you say it. I'm not sure. But it's a huge supercell. It probably looks absolutely insane from those areas right there. And the Syracuse storm, I think, completely fell apart. It's not as, well, I don't think it completely fell apart, but it's not as concerning. Same thing with this storm. This storm is outflow dominant for sure. Look at that. Outflow dominant. It's definitely not a tornado threat no more with that. Yeah, the tornado threat with that storm is diminishing rapidly. This storm, the tornado threat with this storm is increasing. So we're definitely going to watch that. But yeah, other than that, I'm going to end the stream here. Because like I said, I'm still sick. Got a headache right now, I'm sorry. But I'm in the stream here. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the stream though. Hopefully you guys, new tornado warning. This is for the Syracuse storm. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the stream. Please leave a like, subscribe, and turn those notifications. I'm trying to hit 2K subs on here. Also get notifications when I create weather videos, which I'm gonna start doing now a lot more now. After I'm done getting sick and stuff, I'll do that a lot more. And live streams like this, if you want to see more of that. But yeah, until next time, I will see you guys maybe later, maybe tomorrow. We'll see. But yeah, make sure you guys stay weather aware too if you're in upstate New York.